What up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the BNF Podcast. I'm your co-host, J. Rob the Bachelor. I'm here with my brother Queezy, the father. We are so excited to come to you guys with another one. Please like, share, subscribe if you really like our content. And if you want to interact with us directly, you can follow us here on these platforms right here. Queezy, what's going on with you, bro?
Nothing much, man. I can't complain. I can't complain. Me and my old lady's anniversary was about 2 weeks ago, and
For sure, for
got
sure.
treated. Yes, sir. Got treated to a pedicure, and man,
A
whenever I tell
word.
you, yes, I felt like a bad bitch afterwards. Do you hear me? A bad one.
He said he felt like a baddie, right?
Yes, sir. Got my toes done. They told me I could put my socks and my shoes on, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna let these motherfuckers glisten right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Is this your
saying?
first pedicure or something?
My first one ever.
Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, those things are essential.
Yeah.
Definitely essential. I get my feet done at least once a month. I started getting my manicures done too, bro. Your nails are something.
What happened? What's
Queez, you
wrong?
smell that?
Mmm. Smell kind
It smell like justice is being served.
of.
Justice has been
Yes,
served.
sir.
Rest in peace, George Floyd. We finally got us one. Justice has been served.
Yes, sir. Hey, Derek Chauvin, whatever your name is.
Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. You going to jail. You're going to jail.
Jail.
Hey,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what's
damn.
crazy though, Queasy? That
What's
we're elated and we're very optimistic about him getting convicted and all that. But it's crazy that we had to witness a murder live on camera in order to get a conviction. It's very
It's sad that we
worrisome.
had to, yeah, it's sad that we had to go through that, but we have to accept and celebrate our small wins. And it's sad that I had
Oh
to
yeah,
say
for
small
sure.
wins, but the fact that we got that, it still keeps me with hope for the justice system. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, it's still a slither of hope. They killing us on camera now, but we finally got us a conviction. The big win is when he gets sentenced, though. That's what
Yeah.
I'm waiting on. That's what I need.
He
I need,
facing up to 75 years, bruh.
and I need every day.
75.
I need every day. You know.
At least
All right, we probably not
50%
gonna.
of that time.
You know what I mean? We probably not gonna get no reparations, but shoot, might as well lock us behind up.
Hey, you know who next, right?
Who's next? Who's next?
Kim, yes sir. Yeah, we
Yeah,
getting you
she
too, shouted.
next. She
Don't
next.
know the difference between a pistol and a taser. Oh yeah, we
Count
must be
your
you next,
freaking
bitch.
days.
We
Count your
coming for you.
freaking days. Speaking of high praise, I feel like one is definitely needing to be awarded to Steph Curry, bro.
Oh my goodness.
He
Listen,
been
bro.
going
Listen.
crazy this whole month, bro.
Stop playing with that boy. He is not one of them. Lord have mercy.
Besides last night, I mean, even though he had 18, which is a solid stat line, the games before that, starting of April, he was averaging almost 40 points for the whole month of April, bro.
He averaged 40 for a month, bro.
Almost averaged for 38.7 is where he was at.
But now, just staying on the topic of basketball here, bro. So, who's the best player in the league to you?
Right now, Jesus Christ, there's so many players that's good. But if I had to give the best player award away, it'd have to be. This is a shot in the dark too because I'm going off a performance from this year.
Okay, fair
Uh,
enough. I give you that.
Damn. A part of me wants to say Joel Embiid, and then a part of me wants to say Steph Curry, bro.
I respect both answers. I
Just a
respect both
part.
answers.
Yeah, it could be. Oh man, tough. It's a tough one, bro.
It is tough. I'm going with Kevin Durant, bro.
See, and I was gonna be biased with him, but
I'm going with KD. I mean,
I
coming off an
can't.
Achilles tear,
Yeah,
you know, just as soon as the season started, bucket. A
he is a
7 foot
bucket.
bucket is what he is, bro.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
in my
known.
opinion,
Best
though, like
scorer,
this is
best
very
scorer ever.
biased. This is very biased. The what?
The best scorer ever.
Who is?
Kevin Durant. Who is a better scorer than him?
Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan. What you
You're
mean?
one of those guys. Did you see
Yes, I
Michael
am.
Jordan
Michael
play?
Jordan.
Did you see Michael
Yes,
Jordan
I
play?
did. Bro, I was born in '93. That man won 3 rings after I was born. What you mean?
But
Yes.
you were
Yes.
a baby, bro. You didn't see him play.
All right, I was a baby, but I knew a bucket was a bucket. I knew when somebody got dunked on.
Bro,
I,
you was still
yeah, I
in
knew
diapers,
that.
bro.
I'm gonna tell you, I wasn't.
By
in
the
diapers.
time you
I
could
was potty
understand,
trained.
by
Stop
the time
it. Stop
you
it.
was potty trained when
You knew what a
when
bucket
you was
was.
when you was
I
one,
was
two.
potty trained when I was well before I was one, like 9 months. Sir,
Oh my god. Oh
stop
my
playing with me.
god, this guy.
That's
But I'm
besides
just
the
saying,
point.
you didn't
You
really
knew what a
see
bucket.
him play.
You know,
You
I was
didn't
saying
see
like
him
this.
really play.
You wanna know how great Michael is? I'm from Texas, bro. Everybody that I grew up, Chicago Bulls outfits on. Texas. What they say?
So
What they say?
that don't say much.
That, we didn't have Dallas
No,
Mavericks jerseys.
they
We
got
had
nice.
Chicago Bulls.
They have nice gear. They have nice gear. They got nice scheming colors. So ain't nothing wrong with having some Chicago Bull merch, especially with them
Some.
winning. It's
I
gonna
had
be
no
everywhere.
Dallas Mavericks gear, bro. As a kid, when Michael was still in the league, bro. See, people like to say that because I'm, you know, start. I think that was June 8th, 1993.
You was born in
Who's the greatest
'93.
player of all time?
That means you were 7 by the year 2000, right?
Yeah.
Were you playing basketball anytime in between
So I
then?
was five. I was five since I was 5 years old.
So you was
Organized.
5 years old and you was watching basketball and you caught the ending of Jordan's career.
Bro, like you wouldn't call up my story.
I don't want to call your
Real
daddy.
hoopers know.
I don't want to call
Real
your
hoopers
daddy,
know.
man.
You gravitate to the game. You know what's. Look
Oh,
how
you a
smart kids are today.
bandwagon. Oh, you a bandwagon.
I'm
So
a
you was a Golden State fan too when they was winning, huh?
Bro, Drew, if this episode, please comment when I share the very first link. I have never been a Golden State fan. You wildin'. You're wildin'.
I'm just
Stop it.
saying, bro. You're trying.
Stop it.
The only
How am I
reason why
bandwagon?
I can't say that. So you mean to tell me Jordan was a better scorer than Kevin Durant?
Yes. The man average, bro. The man 37 in the season, bro. Average 37. And took probably 100 threes. Come on, bro. Stop
He's
it.
not a better scorer than Kevin Durant. I'm sorry.
Stop it,
Never.
bro.
Nobody
Stop
will
it.
ever. He might be number 2. He might be top 2, and he's number 2. But nobody's a better scorer than Kevin Durant, bro. He's somebody. He's a creative player, bro. If you had to create a player and you could turn the attributes
Mike
up
was
as much as you
6'6"
wanted
with
to,
a 48-inch vertical, bro. What are you saying?
Kevin Durant will give this man buckets in his
Kevin-
prime.
How many times did Kevin Durant average 30 in the league?
He didn't
how many
need to.
times?
When did he ever
What
need
you mean
to?
he didn't need to? You just say he was the best scorer. So I'm gonna ask
Yes.
you, how many times does Kevin Durant average 30? And how
I
many
haven't
scoring
checked.
titles does
I
Kevin
don't
Durant
have the-
have?
I
How many
don't-
scoring titles does he have?
I don't know.
How many MVPs he got?
At least one.
And how many does Michael have? Michael won the scoring title 10 times. 8 times
was a
in a
different-
row, bro.
It was a
you
different
mean,
league
bro?
back then.
It was
a different league.
Big men, bro. What you mean? He was the only
Different
guard
league.
giving people. If
Different
Michael was playing
league.
today, how many? If Michael, how much would he average?
I don't like doing that. It's a
If
different
he was
league,
playing
bro.
today, Bro, no, because you're saying he's the greatest of all time, so you threw it all in the pot. If
I
Michael was
didn't
playing
say it.
today, how many?
I said greatest scorer. I ain't say nothing about him being the
Oh
greatest
yeah,
of all
yeah, okay,
time.
whatever. He's the greatest
It's
scorer
a
of all time.
difference
I'll make
because
it.
the
I can
greatest
make
of
a.
all time for me is LeBron James. He's of my era. I seen this man play from start to finish. I didn't see Mike play. I didn't see his bad games. I didn't see,
I
you
forgot
know what
how
I'm saying? I
young
didn't
you
see
are.
none of that.
I forgot how young
You said you was born in '93,
how young
correct?
you are.
You
Forgot
said
how
you was
young
born
you
in
are.
'90. Hey, let me. I got some facts for you. You said you was born in '93, right? Guess what year
Yes.
I was born?
What?
'94.
94. Okay.
Exactly, bro. You are a whole year, if that, older than me, bro.
Bro. I don't ever knock when people say LeBron is the GOAT because he's very great in his own right.
Of
But
our
if you look at
time, bro.
But if you look at LeBron's whole resume, then you look at Michael's resume, and Michael ain't
All he
played
has
since
over
LeBron
him
was
is
drafted.
rings.
Bro, he has a whole year over him. What you talking about?
LeBron ain't going to the Hall of Fame when he retired. If he retired today, that man isn't going to the Hall of
Twisting my
Fame.
words. We're not
You
editing
said
this
he
out. Now you
has a
twisting my
Hall
words.
of Fame. You said he has a Hall of Fame career.
Between them, he, I said Michael has a Hall of Fame career difference than LeBron James. Meaning, let me finish. He has two more rings, two more finals, one more league MVP, a Defensive Player of the Year, more. I think he's like more all
LeBron came
defense.
back
Like, bro, come
against the
on, bro.
Golden State Warriors
Stop it,
three to
bro.
one.
Stop
They
it,
was
bro.
down 3-1.
Stop
When
it,
did
bro.
Michael Jordan ever
Stop
do
it, bro.
that?
When
When
did
did
Michael
Michael
Jordan go to a
Jordan?
game seven? When did
Exactly. It was a
Bro, what you mean
different
exactly?
time.
You're proving my point. You ain't going to a
No.
game seven with Mike. Lucky to make it to game six.
So Mike could
What
have
you
went to
saying,
any
bro?
team and took him to the championship.
Yes,
Cap.
yes,
Cap.
yes,
That's cap.
yes,
That's cap.
yes. What you mean, bro? Bro, not
That's
only
cap.
players, not only franchises, cities feared Michael Jordan. Utah tried to kill him for God's sakes.
Bro, whenever
Stop
the
it, bro.
only reason why Jordan got so many rings is because they dismembered the Pistons. The bad boys. Yeah. Do you remember them?
The same Pistons that
And
he dropped in '91, that he
because
swept
they
in
were
'91.
dismembered? They
What
were
you mean? No,
dismembered?
they had the same team from their back-to-back championship from '88, from '89 and '90. They had the same team in '91. Jordan swept them. Be gone. They weren't relevant again until the 2000s. Stop it. Then Magic Johnson was on his last legs. Give me that. And since Michael won his first ring, you weren't taking that from him. What you mean? Hall of Fame players ain't got rings because of Michael Jordan. How
So
many
you
people
tell
got
me
rings because of LeBron James?
your
Everybody
goat is
got rings
Michael
these days.
your goat is
Stop
Michael
playing with me.
Jordan. Your goat is
Stop playing.
Michael Jordan. Your goat is
The
Michael Jordan.
GOAT. The GOAT, bro.
That's not
Stop it,
bad.
bro.
That's not bad. But mine is LeBron James. I'm sorry.
Man, listen, bro. And this is no
Sorry, not
disrespect to
sorry.
LeBron James. This is no disrespect to LeBron James. We can spend all day on this topic, bro. But you're not gonna sit here and try to tell me a man who won an MVP and a Defensive Player of the Year award in the same year while averaging 37 is not the GOAT.
He's
By
a
that stance
dog.
alone,
But
he's a GOAT, bro.
I never saw him play. I can't speak
Go
on
do
that.
your homework. Go do your
All
homework.
they're
You can
gonna
look it up
all
on YouTube.
even in the last
Check
stand,
highlights.
bro. Listen, even in
It's
the
not
last
okay, I'm listening.
stand, they're not gonna show this man's bad games. You want to know
Bro,
who
you
that was produced by? Michael Jordan himself. If you make a
That's a
highlight of your
documentary,
career,
bro.
if you make a
That's a
highlight of your
documentary.
career,
What you talking
if you
about?
make
You
a
can go
highlight
watch
of your
games.
career, if you make a highlight of your career, you're gonna show your bad games.
This is not a good point, Queezy, because you're talking about a docu-series. You can go watch the games, bro.
You can't
You
watch
can go
every
watch the
game
games.
on. You
So
can't
wanna-
watch every
wanna
game
go find,
on
You want to go
YouTube.
find his bad games?
You everybody has a bad game. It's the league.
Okay, yes. Yeah,
So that's what
everybody
I'm
has a bad
saying.
game.
I never seen any of his games. I seen highlights, yeah, but I never seen
You
any
seen
of his
highlights.
games.
So you never seen a full game,
No.
a full 48-minute game. Then that's your
No.
fault. That's your fault. I've seen plenty of Michael
I
Jordan.
wasn't in the
Plenty.
time.
Did you see
How?
him play in Washington? What you mean how?
How?
NBA on NBC, bro. Oh,
I'm
you don't
pretty sure
recognize
it
that
don't
tone,
go
do you?
like no, because it don't go like that.
Now it don't go like that. Somebody please edit this
It don't.
video.
It don't go like that.
You know, I'll be seeing y'all on FaceTime and all that, man. You be roughing her up. So I already know she gonna be an athlete. So don't make sure that when she is an athlete, that she don't think like you.
She better. But I cannot lie. Sometimes being a dad and being rough with your child can go wrong. Which it did with me about last year, honestly. I gave my daughter a nursemaid's elbow. And if you're not familiar with that term, it's whenever the joint in your arm right here disconnects from the elbow. It's very common. I don't be beating on my child like that, but you know what I'm saying. It's a very common injury. It's where you pull their arms up or their hands, you know, in a sudden motion, and it dislocates that bone. And
Mm, mm.
you know, my old lady, she was at work and she used to always tell me not to pick her up because that's how I picked her up. Like out of her crib, I'll pick her up by her arms, or you know what I'm saying. Whenever I'm playing around with her, I'll swing her by her arms. And my old lady used to always tell me not to do that. And one day, it really happened. Like she really got injured because I don't even remember when I did it, but she was crying all day that day, just and I didn't even notice that her arm was hurting. You know what I'm saying? I gave her a bath, everything. Then come to find out, she couldn't even lift her arm up. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. Like anytime I tried to touch it or move it, her arm was hurting.
He
And
broke
so
his baby. That man
I,
done broke his baby.
man, bro, I felt so bad because we went to the
You need.
hospital the next day, and the doctor was telling us, well, really the nurse, he was telling us like, you know, it sounds like she has nursemaid's elbow, but I'll let the doctor come to the diagnosis or whatever. And so whenever he was telling me everything about it, he was like, yeah, it's real common in parents because they pick their children up by their arms or they swing them by their arms. You know, it's stuff that you see in TV and all that. And they don't know that it can cause an injury like this. And whenever he had to, so basically he had to, I had to hold my baby down, bro. And he grabbed her arm like this and twisted her wrist and then snapped it up real quick. I heard the pop, my old lady heard the pop, everything. And I just,
Oh.
yeah, bro, I felt so bad
What did you
after.
learn? What did you
I
learn?
learned that I need to listen to my old lady when it comes to playing rough with her.
Hello.
And that sometimes you got to be more gentle, especially whenever they're very young like that.
And I
So that,
love the fact that you said that to listen to your woman, bro.
man, oh,
Yeah, that's one mistake men tend to make every day. We feel just because that we're men, that we're bred to lead, that we don't listen to our confidants. Like they're there for a reason.
yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I'm glad. I'm really glad that you learned that. We ain't be breaking no more babies around here.
Hey, bro, so lately I've been seeing some things on Facebook, and you've been kind of wilding lately on the females, bro. Let's talk about it, bro.
Hey.
Let's talk
All right,
about
bro.
it.
So I haven't been wilding on the females per se. I just made one status. I made one status. Queezy, listen to me. I made one status, bro.
But tell them what the
And
status
it was
was.
okay. So I made a status that said women don't compete when it comes to dating, right?
And that's true.
It's a true statement, and a lot of people were in the comments saying that I don't have to. I'm the prize. I'm the prize. I'm the prize. That's your problem right there. That's your problem right there. Because I don't
Yeah.
know who told you that you were that special or that you were that unique, but you need to humble yourself.
Well,
Nothing's
it's
new
hard.
under the sun, you know. Because if you're dating, you're actively competing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, even when I said this in the other episode, I already know if I'm talking to a girl, I'm not the only dude in her phone.
Right.
Subconsciously, I'm competing with her other what do you call them, like
Candidates.
proteges or candidates. You know what I mean? Like I'm competing with them. You know what I mean? I'm not focused on them, but I'm making myself stand out in the sense. You dig what I'm saying? So when I said women don't compete, you know what I mean? They don't go the extra mile to stand out. You know what I mean? Most don't. You understand what I'm saying? They just want to sit back, relax, and let they dude find them, and he gonna get what he get.
That is
Come
sad, bro,
on,
because
bro.
a lot of women do have that mentality where it's like, oh, I'm the prize, I'm the prize. And then whenever you ask them, why do you feel like you're the prize? You know what they say.
Yeah, you already know.
The main thing is because they got that little thing between their legs.
You
But
already know.
if you come to the realization and use logic, sex is a mutual thing. That means you get something from sex and I get something from sex. You know what I'm saying?
Wherever there's
So it's
action,
not, yeah.
there's a reaction.
And so
Cause
I
and
hate whenever
effect.
that's the main thing that they try and make seem like that's why they're the prize. Like, you're
And you know,
not
it's
a
funny though,
prize because of
Queasy.
that.
You know what's funny though, Queasy?
What?
As a single man, I get more sex as a single man than I do in my relationships. I'm just
That's
being
just,
honest.
that's just facts.
I'm
That's
just
just
being 100,
facts.
bro. Like you're married. Can you attest to that? Do you agree with that statement?
I'm gonna plead the fifth.
I'm just saying, man. No,
I'm gonna plead
in
the
all
fifth.
seriousness, though. In all seriousness, though, I'm not opposed to like serious relationships and all that. I'm just saying if your bidding ticket is, oh, ma'am, you're losing. You're
Yeah,
literally losing.
real
Like, bro,
talk.
like that's not if you're basing it off of your looks, like I would assume that your character is very subpar at best,
Yeah.
to be honest. And I just want to encourage women to get out there and that's it. You see a dude that you like, let him know that you like him. Y'all want to play these games on some, he gonna figure it out. Bro, there's
Oh
girls out here.
man, I seen a post, bro. I'm sorry to cut you off. I seen a
Go
post the
ahead,
other
dog.
day where this chick was like, "I'm tired of telling men how to love me." Now, what in your right mind? Every female is different. You know, some vary where they're the same. They have the, but for the most part, every female is different. Every person needs to be loved differently. So if you don't communicate how I'm supposed to love you, I'm supposed to be a mind reader now. I'm supposed to know how to come at you now with love
I,
because
I,
there'll be a chick that you could have dealt with that you know, loving her is cuddles. You know what I'm saying? Cooking for her, you know, running her a bath, stuff like that. And then there's another woman where it's like you love me based upon the things that you get me. You know what I'm saying? How much money you spend on me. You know, the
mm-hmm.
gift aspect and like we already talked about, there are different ways to love people and I just don't like the fact that you think somebody is supposed to know how to love you when you
Well,
ain't
maybe
telling
she
them.
she meant she meant that she's tired of having to reintroduce herself because that's the worst thing about getting out of a relationship is you got to start all over.
That's
You know what I
facts.
mean? You got to suppress who you really are because with that other person you was open and more
Yeah.
vulnerable too. So she probably meant that. That's just a shot in the dark.
You
That isn't something
actually
I can
giving her the
attest to.
benefit of the
I am
doubt.
giving her the benefit of the doubt
But
because
I'm not being that nice because no. No.
I mean, like the way I see it, man, it's especially when you've invested time into somebody, months and years, depending on the relationship and all that. That's the worst part about it is you're never getting that time back, and then you're hesitant to give that time to somebody else just for that to fail too. So with her saying, "I'm tired of trying to tell people how to love me," I say it's synonymous with me saying, "I'm tired of being on Facetime asking girls what their favorite color is."
I mean, yeah, I can feel what you're saying on that for sure.
I'm just saying. Guys, I just want to take this time to say thank you to all the support that we've been receiving as far as this podcast. You guys have shown us so much love, and I'm eternally grateful for that. Like, people have been asking me questions on my phone. People have been hitting Queezy up, you know. If you guys have any questions or you want to ask us or you want us to bring it on the show, by all means, drop it in the comment section. You can DM us that way so we can keep track of it. But somebody hit Queezy up with this question, and I want to ask him this question, if you don't mind, Queezy.
Oh yeah, I'm all ears.
So, with you being obviously you're in Japan now, your wife is in the Navy. She goes to work, and you're a stay-at-home dad. How does that? Are you able to suppress your goals and your ambition and sacrifice that to be a stay-at-home dad?
Well, really, the biggest thing was trying to stay a family. That was the biggest thing. Like, I felt like if I didn't come out here to support, at least try, that I'd have been giving up. And I'm not one to give up. So I felt like it was mainly because of my pride and because of how much history that we had. It was only right to at least try it, you know. And she she she's a great woman at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And for it to for us not to work on a circumstance, me not even coming out here to give it a try, or me not even trying to think about supporting her was it was a hard decision. I'm not even gonna lie, but at the end of the day, I felt like it came down to me wanting to stay a family. I didn't want to be on the whole co-parent thing unless we had to. So, and I love her.
So let me
So,
let me ask you this then. I get that you want to stay a family, but does it affect your manhood
oh
knowing that
yeah,
she's bringing in the money?
oh yeah, because there's a lot of people that say like, there are guys that pay all the bills, right? And their reason
Mm-hmm.
behind paying all the bills is because they don't want women to feel like they have 50-50 in a relationship. And it's like, whenever you say that, it comes to certain aspects. But with me right now, I'm dealing with, a whole different aspect because certain things go on in our relationship that aren't accounted for. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
like me being a full time dad, no, it doesn't go on my resume. You know what I'm saying? No, it
They
doesn't.
don't show enough love for that.
Yeah, it's not
They didn't get a
shown.
lot of shine.
Yeah, it's not shown, in person, really, or even talked about a lot on being a stay-at-home dad because it's looked at as weak. It's looked at as, oh, that you're supposed to be the one providing. So that kind of took a shot to my ego. But at the end of the day, I know where I stand as a man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting time with my daughter that a lot of people wish they could have.
Yeah,
And
no, no cap, no cap.
standing on my 10, bro, holding down the household, it gives me a perspective of those women that do the full
It's a
time
full time
mom thing.
job.
Yeah, bro, it's the
It's a
hardest
full
job.
time
I've
job.
had multiple jobs, and it's the hardest job I've ever had in my life, bro. Being around a 2 year
I
old
already know.
all day, bro. And then you gotta remember, she goes on deployment sometimes, so not saying that I'm a
Yeah, you
single
by
parent,
yourself.
but at the time
Yeah,
whenever
you're in a
she's
long
gone,
distance
I am.
relationship.
Yeah, I am on my
Yeah.
single parent thing, and I salute all the parents that were playing that single parent role and are playing that single. So,
No,
I
no
mean,
cap, no doubt.
at the end of the day, you just gotta remember who you and what you're about, and remember that you got other plans because right now this is just a phase. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna be here the rest of our lives. This is just a phase.
So I really appreciate you, being that open with our audience and stuff like that, man. And I really want to tap in when you was like, bro, being true to who you are. You know what I mean? And another solid component to that, from the outside looking in that you didn't mention, bro, it's like, bro, who's your mate? You know what I mean? If you got a woman that's not gonna emasculate you for being a stay-at-home dad, you got a woman that's gonna support you. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you still my man, you still my husband, you still the man of the household. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
your woman makes you feel comfortable enough to do that because what people don't seem to they seem to forget or don't understand, bro. Like as men, we seek validation mainly from our girl, from the woman
Yeah,
that we love. Because
really.
we got that as little kids, We were going around saying, "Oh, mommy, look at this," because we wanted our parents to be proud of us. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like we both had both of our parents in our lives, but I was more elated when my mom told me she was proud of me. You know what I mean? So translating that into adulthood, I'm not saying that we want our women to be our moms. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm
Nah.
saying is, as long as we seem like, or if our women make us feel like we the man, can't nobody tell us differently. Because I got my queen say I'm the man. You feel me? It's just another sense of validation that I think that subconsciously strengthens you.
Speaking of validation, I know y'all looking forward to the ballot pick that we got for the diamond in the rough. And here
Hey,
she
here
is.
she is.
Yes, sir.
Her name is Natalia. She's from
Hey,
Dallas,
Nat.
Texas, but she's currently in the DMV. She's an esthetician. She 7 years old. She's an Aquarius. Yeah, very beautiful girl. Uh, for those that don't know, an esthetician, I think it's like people that do your facials and stuff. Like, she likes popping pimples. Like, she's one of them. So,
Mm,
weird, I know.
yeah.
Look at her. She's worth it.
Different strokes for
Her
different
hobbies,
folks.
like Pepsi, some like Coke. You feel me?
Yeah.
Her hobbies include reading, painting, and living in the moment and spontaneous activities and events. That's what she likes to do. Her attractions is someone that's God fearing, someone that's down to earth, a true leader, someone that's handy and intelligent. Some down south type brothers, you know what I mean? I got some cousins in Mississippi that fit that description. Her
Mm.
goals is to own her own skincare line and to own her own private practice. You know what I mean?
So she wants to
That's
get
a
into an
solid.
ownership kind of thing. I feel that.
I can dig it. I respect it. And here is her Instagram. If you think she's
Mm.
a good fit for you, slide in the DMs. Tell her J Rob sent you.
I ain't got nothing else to say. Unless you got something to say, J Rob, I feel like that's a wrap.
It's a wrap, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said again, go ahead and like this video, comment in the comment section, interact with us, subscribe to our channel if you
Hey,
haven't
and
been
turn the
subscribed already.
you better turn them
Yeah,
post
you better
notifications
hey,
on.
stop playing with me. You better stop playing with me.
You see the
Turn the
lips.
post notifications on. You know what I like. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
then some.
Yeah.
But hey, that's my dog, man. Queezy, I love you, man, and I love all
Hey,
y'all too, man. And this is the Bachelor.
it's the father.